Alright, in this video I wanted to show off the Golden Gift Box stuff that they released. It was a very small Golden Gift Box release. Basically, they're all ultra rares. A couple of miscs that are copies of one another, one light, one water. Basically, they inflict poison per hit, and then they also have they inflict poison whenever the monster uses their SP. Basically, the way it's kind of similar to the Warlick's Heat Wave knee board. If they have less SP at the end of the turn than at the beginning, it'll trigger. But here we go there. I think you get plus 50 dexterity and luck, and then you get a light poison, and then this one a water poison. I can't remember. I think the SP based backlash might be prismatic burn, which is not something. It's not better than drain poison. Drain poison's better than that, but I can't remember. It might be poison. But the other item is going to be this weapon called Grawn. Doesn't really show the picture there, but I picked up all three. More so for future-proofing stacked ideas. But a lot of people may like Grawn because it is going to be pretty good for especially rangers. But basically, this is what it looks like. It's like a big barrel with I guess an evil bunny on the end of it. And basically you click to turn it on, and it costs 25% melee and damage and 90 SP. But basically it does Earth Deathfloss, which pre-fires. That Deathfloss actually has a negative 50 save, so versus 99.9% of the game, it's basically going to auto-inflict. And then it also does an Earth Elevuln, and each of those effects are per hit. So this is a 3-hit armor, so we'll watch. So let's see here. One of them missed there, I think. 1, 2, 3. Let's see. So we're up to 133.5 Elevuln. The Deathfloss is just for that turn only. Kind of like how Tropo Shield is just for that turn only. And then basically you have an ever-growing elemental vulnerability. And then it has a proc to do an Earth Burn, which works pretty well because you have the Earth Elevuln. As you can see, you have 150%. This works pretty nice if you're just going to follow it up with Power Gauntlet every time, because now that 150 is now 250. So now we're at 2 rounds for 203. I might die here. I'm just showing this for the hell of it. So now we're at 303. So as you can see, like in a 4-hit armor, it would grow to even more. But you could just do this, like in a Lucky Beast Mage, for example, healing your MP and SP all the time. You could probably just perpetually do this. You could also use Tropo Shield, which because of its triple element Elevuln. If I can get that to be a good element. Okay. Let's go ahead and start off with this guy. Let's see if it works. Nope. I'll switch to Tropo Shield next turn. I want to say it works on celerity too, so like if you have a 4-hit armor, let me try to do like rain plate here to see, make sure these toggles are on. Alright, these should be on. As you can see, it just grows, and then the def loss was like 60. So in my opinion, it's kind of like a better idea than auto hit items because it's doing def loss, which is almost a guaranteed inflict. Your first turn or two will be less damage, but then you have the Elevon that will grow. I don't know if anybody's ever noticed, but rain plate sometimes bugs out and the celerity doesn't work, as you're seeing. This is kind of nice because you get a BTH loss with Optico, but it kind of doesn't really work here. So even turning it off and turning it back on, I don't think it's going to fix it. Alright, another thing that I personally like to do is use it with Nightmare Queen on the Elevon mode. So and then we'll also get like an earth poison based on certain conditions. So this will be a lot more resource intensive to do it this way. So your elemental vulnerability will grow a lot faster. And as you see there, we have an earth poison that's healing, equal to the damage done. So we're up to 187. We should get a decent heal here. Should be able to do this pretty perpetually. Nightmare Queen's only a 2-hit armor, but with its own elemental vulnerability, it should grow pretty fast. This would probably work pretty well with something like Nightbane Clawstaff. Maybe Lunar Wood Dragon Pet would probably hit pretty hard with this amount of Elevon. But basically, it's a better version of auto hit for all intents and purposes. Moving on to the misc. I don't know that the misc is necessarily worth an ultra rare, but I kind of think that the big thing with it is if you're essentially doing other poisons and you don't quite have enough to give you one turn of what do you call it? Void Forge. So it's going to be per hit. So as you're going to see here, you got it's 0.5 for 2 rounds per landed hit up to 4. So you get a max of 2 power. It'll double that on celerity. So basically, it's just and then like I said, it'll basically backfires Prismatic Burn whenever the monster uses its SP. Let's see if we can find that real quick just to show it. Nothing too special. I just feel like it just gives you maybe a little bit extra poison in case you don't have enough. Alright, so let's see here. Let's see if we get it. Might get myself killed here. Yep. I didn't catch the element there. Let's see here. Let's find something else here. I'm not sure if this monster uses its SP bar. Let's see. Alright, so this turn should do a prismatic burn. Let's see what happens to the Inferno Zard when it uses its SP here. No, it's a drain poison. It's not prismatic burn. So we basically got that drain poison in there. So it basically like backlashes a drain poison whenever it uses its SP. It's not a bad item. I think it depends on if you're into poisons or not. If you're not into poisons, it's probably not worth an ultra rare. If you're into poisons, especially using Void Forge, it might be situationally pretty good. And then it is plus 50 dexterity. I'm getting negative 50 endurance somewhere. Maybe that's the misc. But all in all, not too bad. Kind of a... The items aren't bad, but it's still kind of a lazy release. Just a couple items. Hopefully they're working on some more stuff in the background. But that's the items for now. Like I said, the Grawn weapon might have some use with other stacking ideas. Like I just showed you a simple one with Nightmare Queen. There may be some others in the future. And of course, elemental vulnerability is always good with beast builds because its effects increases the pet and guest damage as well. And then poison misc. It's the first one that'll just inflict poison based on the hit. So it's not too bad at the end of the day. But that is it for this video.